What's up, y'all? What's up? Welcome to New York Liberty Fan TV. It's your boy Rem. Oh man, tough one, tough one. New York Liberty fall to the Minnesota Lynx 67-84. Tough loss. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing today? I'm doing the live right now as well, shooting the podcast. I'm hopping on the IG live to discuss today's L. Tough one. Again, New York Liberty lose 67-84. The high point woman on our team was Brianna Stewart, 20 points, another double-double, 11 rebounds. Courtney Vandersloot had 12 points, 6 assists. Let's see. We fell down by as many as 21 points in that second quarter. We came back and tied the game. But for some reason in that second half, they just didn't have it going. They didn't keep that same intensity that that Stewie and Leo and Courtney Vandersloot put together in that second quarter, because it was truly them who really made that comeback. But it's been tough to watch, guys. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's been tough to watch these last two games. Yes, this is therapy time. Liberty FM. What's up, y'all? What's up, guys? Yeah, we absolutely are bouncing back next game. Real quick, the key runs in this game was in that first quarter. Minnesota went on a 25-2 run from the 4:13 mark of the first quarter. And in that second quarter, that's when we went on that 22-4 run and almost tied the game. We went into the half down by 4 points. Minnesota went on an 11-0 run from the 2:44 mark of the third quarter going into the fourth. So essentially, I think that's where, we kind of lost that game in that third quarter at the end. Some notables to call out. Brianna Stewart became the 5th fastest player in WNBA history to reach 2,000 rebounds. She did so in 229 games, which is dope. This is her 4th double-double of the season, and I think this might be her 4th straight one as well. Sabrina Ionescu only had 13 points. She had 2 3-pointers, and she continued her streak of 3-pointers made per game, and that's up to 31 now. But Sabrina, I expected more from Sabrina, to be honest with you, because, she essentially really does well against the Minnesota Lynx. So I was kind of shocked to see her per game play for this one. Courtney Vandersloot tried her best, but Talk to me, guys. This was a really tough one to watch, to be honest with you, as a Liberty fan, knowing the expectations of this team and what you want to see from them. They came out flat. One thing that I always highlight about this team was last year, on more than 70%. I believe the number was 75% of made baskets. Those were assisted on, and I don't think we're at that level right now. I feel like the offense seems stagnant. It just seems flat. It seems flat on both sides of the ball. The energy also seems really, really low. Bright spots to call out. Leonie Fiebich, she had her career high with 11 points. She banged 3 threes. She was a part of that second quarter run that got us back into the game, but obviously wasn't enough. But that was one bright spot that I'll look at, is knowing that we actually do have some offensive firepower off the bench in Leo. And the thing about Leo is Leo's coming from a situation where she's one of the vocal points on her team and having to come in and adjust to be a role player. I like this game from her because it showed more aggressiveness. I saw games this season where I thought she was a little bit too passive, knowing that she's such a tough guard, and can shoot the ball so well and can do many different things. I thought today was where she finally came out and showed aggression. I know she's a rookie, but she's not your normal rookie. She's been doing this for some time overseas and in Germany. So looking forward to seeing her, getting kind of filling in that MJ role for us that we need. Let's see. Also scheduling of these games. Every team should play same amount of games. The scheduling's off right now. I don't know what's up with the scheduling, but essentially all teams do play the same amount of games. It's just the scheduling's jacked up right now. I know some teams played 3 games. We're at what? We're at 6 games now played. So I think essentially that will help us out towards the end, especially if we're going into the playoffs and we have breaks in between games and it's a little bit spaced out. Sorry about that, guys. I lost connection. Poor connection, my bad. Yeah, my bad on the poor connection. But yeah, I think when the games are spaced out like that, it'll help us out towards the end. Decision making on offense and defense were worrying. It was very worrisome. It definitely was. Absolutely, the scheduling does have to do with the Olympics. I'm seeing a lot of talk on X and Twitter. And they're saying we need a point guard. Like, they saying, like, we need a dog at the point guard position. I love Courtney Vandersloot. I love what Courtney Vandersloot is doing. But maybe at that backup position, I think that's where we're lacking a little bit in terms of that fire and intensity. But to be honest with you, I don't even want to, like, blame that on the point guards right now. I just want to blame that on team effort. I don't feel like I saw any effort from them today. Like, I didn't see effort from them. I didn't see much effort from them the last game either, especially with Jonquel Jones in foul trouble. Jonquel was in foul trouble again today, but I feel like we're not going to Jonquel enough. I feel like they need to run the offense a little bit more through the bigs. If you look at the games that we won, our bigs have been dominating the game. Brianna Stewart and Jonquel Jones are going to do what they do, but I think they really need to start slowing the game down a little bit more and dumping it into JJ. JJ is somebody who when JJ was getting the ball, like, they were double and triple teaming her on the few times that they actually gave JJ looks. But we got to do better. We got to do better at getting JJ the ball. She has to do better at setting up and getting that position in that low post. And essentially, like, they have to do better. They have to do better. The pace of the game just looks a little bit off on both sides of the ball. The 3-pointers, the amount of 3-pointers that they're giving up, I don't know what's up with that. We were making a lot of cut passes in the first game. Nothing. There was, like, nobody slashing to the basket. I don't feel like they were playing team basketball. There was a lot of one and done. I understand in the second quarter, Brianna Stewart kind of took matters into her own hands, which she absolutely needed to, which was what kind of, galvanized Leo and galvanized the defense and got Courtney Vandersloot, who was very active in the second quarter, to, get us back into the game. But that third quarter, Minnesota came out firing with that same intensity that they came out to start the game with. So, all of that whole comeback was fake. It was fake. All of that comeback was for nothing, to be honest with you. But they have to get better. They have to get better. The drop coverage, like, I don't know how many times we're going to hear players complain about drop coverage, how much we're going to hear the coaches, commentators, drop coverage isn't a thing that you should necessarily run against some straight up professionals. These people are, like, knocked down. And Minnesota, I'll be honest with you, I went into this game a little bit scared for the Liberty in the sense of Minnesota is, like, they have a great coach. They have a great team. They made some really good pieces in the offseason to help them. You got somebody like Courtney Williams. You get Heidemann. Like, they're familiar with playing against the Liberty. So anytime, every team that we play throughout this season, they're coming for our head. So it's not going to be like last year where it was like we're trying to fill them out. They want to come for us. Like, yeah, Minnesota is a very underrated team. Like, they're super a dark horse. They can definitely sneak and take it all. Like, they're a really good team. When outside shots when the outside shots are not falling, change strategy, but the outside shots are not the only thing that we should rely on. Like, that's not the only thing that you should rely on. And sometimes I feel like we fall too much in love with the 3-ball. One thing that I do want to call out with Sabrina is she's actually taking the ball in the paint a lot more. I'm in love with the way that she's hitting her floater now. But the shot selection, to me, is questionable at times, and I feel like Sandy has to do a little bit better at holding them accountable and making them make better decisions or running better plays, especially out of timeouts. Another year of them making Stewie do everything and won't fly in the Olympics here because Sandy will not burn. Look, I don't think that'll be the case. I think these games right here are like, these are tests. We're on a 2-game losing streak. We're coming back to New York, and then we're going to see a Phoenix team who, one, we own their pick, two, they're feisty and they want to win games as well. So it's going to be a test throughout the season. I told you, every team is going to come with their best punch against the Liberty this year. So, like, it's the start of the season. Again, no excuses. This is their second year with the starters. But the bench mob, we're still figuring the bench mob out, and they still have time to do that. We had a bright spot today with Leo, and I think we'll see where Sandy goes from there. But I think I'm just gonna focus on that bright spot on that bench, because I know today's game wasn't the way that the Liberty played. Like, that's not the team that I know. Even the bench looked flat. Like, today I was really truly thinking about Big Mama Steph, because it was just like, yo, why is the bench so flat? Like what's going on over there? Like, I don't feel like we have that same energy as we had last year. And I don't want to compare the 2 years, obviously, but they got to do better. They have to do better with that. And we'll see. Do you think there's a disconnect between what Sandy says in front of the media and what the Liberty produce on the court? Do I think? Look, I think I don't think there's necessarily a disconnect, because one thing that Sandy is, she's vocal about the fact that they're still figuring it out, even though it's their second year together. The starters, she's really still trying to figure out the rotations, especially the bench depth, and how we're gonna like go throughout the season. Again, that whole point of looking at Leo as a standout, I think that's something that we can focus on, and I'm pretty sure she'll, obviously find more minutes and stuff like that for Leo, but I don't necessarily think there's a disconnect in what she's saying to what they're producing on the court. But they're 4-2. They're 4-2. We're obviously, not happy with the loss. We see them get a back-to-back, which we're not familiar with. We're just like, okay, panic mode. And I'm not saying that you're panicking, but it happens. It's still early in the season, and no matter what, all of these players have kind of been doing their own thing. They've kind of been doing their own thing in the sense of, either been playing overseas, just still trying to figure out the flow of things. So happy to see Leo look like she has her legs under her. I don't know what happened to Ivana Dojkic. To me, it seems like she lost her minutes in the rotation. I don't know what happened, but she's not playing her as much. I didn't see KB give as much as she's given these last 2 games with the few minutes that she's been playing. KT, what about Kayla Thornton? What's the question with Kayla Thornton? I also think Sandy doesn't know how to utilize Stewie well, since she's so versatile and effective. That's tough. That's tough. On social media, what we see, a lot of people say the Liberty lack dogs on the court. And that's true. That's true. We do lack dogs on the court. I feel like our dogs are supposed to be Stewie, like Benijah, JJ, JJ's a dog. They just have to give JJ the ball. That's what I feel like, to be honest with you. I feel like JJ's a dog. We have to run the offense through JJ. That's truly what I feel like. But I see that all the time online. They say that we lack dogs. They say that we need a point guard. There's a lot of different things that a lot of fans are saying about what the Liberty lack and what the Liberty need. But honestly, it's repetition. Basketball is a game of runs. Obviously, you saw that we were down by 21 points, and we were capable of coming back and winning the game if we pulled it through. If we kind of kept that same intensity into the third quarter and going into the fourth. But one thing I know is that this team is resilient, and they're going to use this as a test. It's okay. I don't necessarily think Stewie said that verbatim, but by the way, I posted the post-game press report on YouTube. If you hit the link in the bio, if you want to see the post-game, it's live on YouTube now. I did so right before this live, but it's tough. It's tough. Like it's we're 4-2, and that's the thing. I love how we're holding the team accountable at 4-2. Like, there's teams that'll kill to be 4-2 to start the season, and I like how we're holding them accountable after back-to-back losses, and that's how it should be. That's how it should be, because they need to hold themselves accountable. We got to hold them accountable as well as fans, because we spend our dollars on this as well, right? So keep holding them accountable, and that's all it is. What's up, Ash? They will never make you hate on JJ, period. We know the deal. I was just telling the fans, actually, before you got on, and you might be happy to say this, happy to hear this, I think they should run the offense through JJ more. Like, Jonquel is not getting enough touches, and a lot of people are saying we don't got enough dogs on this team, but I think Jonquel is that dog on this team. If they give Jonquel the ball more, they will see what's up. Jonquel is still, in my opinion, I think Jonquel is still an MVP talented player, especially when healthy. So if you use JJ the way that she should be used, the way that we used her in the playoffs, leading into the finals, you know, obviously you don't want to give wear and tear through a 40-game season, because we're going to need that. But I think JJ and Stewie, like that front court is so dominant, we have to run our offense through that. We have to flow the game through that all the time, especially with JJ. If we don't get JJ involved in the game, we're going to lose. We just had two games where I think JJ's under double-digit points. Like, she wasn't featured. She was in foul trouble. We need JJ. If they lose to Phoenix next week, Wednesday, do you think the Liberty should push the panic button? Actually, surprisingly, no, I don't. So here's the positive with that. So for me, like what I've been saying at the start of the season, so think about that Washington game, that first game at Washington, that nail biter, that one that was so stressful. I know all of us went into that game thinking we was going to straight up kick Washington's ass, and we didn't. I like that game. I like that game because they were battle tested. They, it wasn't one of those easy rollover wins, and we had a lot of those last year. So when we finally got tested, we wasn't ready for that. We really wasn't ready for it. So if they, go down, I don't want them to lose, but if they lose to Phoenix on Wednesday, then, obviously the media, the fans, we're all going to go crazy, and they're going to feel that pressure on their back. But at the end of the day, ultimately, I think the negatives, like, I think when the team goes on these, these downhill turns where it's kind of like, not too crazy, they need these pretty much. To make a long story short, they need this. They need the tough losses. They need to learn from these. We didn't have any of this last year. We did not lose by 20 points. We didn't get smoked 101 to 66, and we didn't have any of that. So when you start getting that, when you finally get punched in the mouth, like we got punched in the mouth in the finals, now we could just learn how to react to these things. So if they do lose that game on Phoenix, I'm not hitting the panic button. I don't think they're going to hit the panic button because, one, it's just basketball. There's a lot of games left. It's a 40-game season. There's a lot of games left. But what they do need to know is every single team know about the Liberty right now. It's not like a surprise. What the Liberty remind me of are the Warriors, or even maybe the Boston Celtics when they first got together, that big three. Without the fact that obviously those teams won, but every team was just trying to be on those teams' level. They understand how dominant this team could be. They understand what this team did historically. Getting the 3 All-Stars, having a Sabrina, having a Benijah. They understand what that could be. So there's a lot of teams who want to they want to come for us, and we ain't even won a title yet. So it's crazy. It's crazy. Every team can beat us. Every team can beat us. Every team is really good. Nobody's coming. First of all, everybody thought Chicago was going to be a rebuilding process, And it's still early. It's still early. It's nothing. Not to say they're going to the playoffs, but you see the way that Teaspoon has them playing. It's no joke. Everybody out here wants to do something big. It's not just the New York Liberty. There's so many stories going on. There's teams that want to go straight up. They want to make sure that they do their best when they see Indiana. They want to make sure they quiet any of that Caitlin Clark. Like they not with it. So they see the Aces. They want to make sure they're playing their best against the Aces. But when they see the Liberty, they come to a next level. The whole league has gotten better. Everybody has gotten better, and the rookie class, they look phenomenal. They look good. You see what Cameron Brink is doing. You see what Caitlin Clark is doing. All of them are doing well. Like I like to see what I'm seeing from everybody. But the Liberty window, it can close really quickly if if things don't turn around. So I want to see what's up. Yeah, the Fever did win yesterday. They finally won against the LA Sparks. The whole league got better, yes, at all around. We was on fire. Exactly. Got to keep it that way. Look, I don't know how it's going to be on Wednesday, but I am expecting both teams to come in with a different type of intensity. I'm not too sure if Phoenix won their last game. Liberty F. Do you think they should give Marquisha Davis a chance? I do. I absolutely do think we should give Marquisha a chance. But is Sandy going to give her a chance? Obviously not. Sandy is not going to give her a chance. We're not seeing any rookies. We're not seeing much rookie play from teams. 1 second, y'all. My bad for the poor connection. We're not seeing much rookie play from any of the teams that are actually fighting to contend. Even Minnesota, we know Alyssa Pilley she's a dog. She could play ball, but we're not going to see her, unfortunately, because Minnesota is one of those contending teams. So, I don't think we're going to see it. We're not going to see the rookies. We're not going to see Marquisha Davis. What I would like to see the Liberty have some more games. My bad, poor connection again. I would like to see the Liberty have more games where, they can establish leads and allow those people on the bench like Marquisha Davis to get some minutes. Because that's the only way she's probably going to play this year. It's not really, or barring injury or something like that. Or maybe somebody being really, really horrible at their position or something like I don't think she's going to get much time this season. It's really all about her just staying professional, being ready for the moment, because you never know when that moment's going to come up. It's all about her just being ready for that moment. So I hope she stays ready. I don't know who else to I don't know who else the Liberty could lean on the team at this moment. But I do want to. I don't know who the Liberty could lean on the team at this moment, but I do want to see more from, Ivana Dojkic. I want to continue to see what Leonie Fibic did today. And I want to see more minutes from Niara. I know Niara's on a minutes restriction. I want to know how long that minutes restriction is going to be, but we need more Niara. Her activity off the bench has been really good. I like the way her and Sabrina play together. They obviously have chemistry, so we'll see. Sabali's been looking great. She's been looking very great, and like I said, it's on a minutes restriction at that. She's not playing that many minutes. So to see her the way that she's producing is awesome. Because, I know a lot of people were going crazy about the GM drafting her and, while she was injured and everything like that. It's going to pay off. I think it's going to pay off, especially when her minutes restriction is away. I feel like she's gaining more confidence every game. A lot of the media people are asking her questions and very interested in how well she's doing. So I think that's super dope. She's getting her flowers, and it's well deserved because she's playing the game the right way. Definitely a spark off the bench. And the fact that her and Leo are teammates, I think that is that's a good thing. That's a good thing. That'll help out with that chemistry off the bench. Did you notice that Sabrina and Sloot don't play a lot of minutes? Yeah, they don't play a lot of minutes together. And you see Sabrina playing the backup point guard mostly, and I'm not mad at that. I think Sabrina could move the ball, but sometimes we do really need that dog at that point guard position. Somebody who's really gonna just like set people up and just get the flow of things. But yeah, I do notice that, and I think that's because of the perimeter defense. Everything that we've been saying about the perimeter defense, I think teams want to be aggressors, and they attack that all the time. So once they see Sabrina and Sloot on the court at the same time, they're gonna be the aggressors, and they're gonna want to attack that. They're gonna want to do switches. They're gonna want to put them in a lot of different schemes that are not favorable to them sliding their feet. But one thing I will say about that is I do think both of them have been making their best effort on defense, especially in the wins. Like these last two games were tough. Obviously, they didn't do great defensively, but I don't think they're not trying. They're actually like making a real balanced effort. Sloot actually played great defense in this game to me, especially in that second quarter, especially with that steal, attacking the basket. I thought it was good. Maybe they'll be looking for a point guard during the summer, since they alluded to the fact they'll get a 12th player. Yeah, that could be, especially after the Olympic break. That's a possibility. Maybe Jalen Sherrod, but I'm joking. Don't say, like, I'm not gonna start that rumor, guys. But don't Brondello trust her players anymore, since Ionescu and Vandersloot didn't play much. I'm not sure what the question is, but yeah, I'm sure she trusts her players. But another thing too is also she did mention at the start of the season that she didn't want to kill them on minutes like last year. Like last year they played a lot of minutes. I do think she wants to ease them in this year as well, and also conserve them going into the season. But we do know that she has a short rotation. She doesn't play all 10, 11 players. So maybe 8, 9 sometimes, but the rotation's short. The rotation is short. I don't know if that's all I got for y'all guys. I don't like to stay on the lives for long, especially after we lose. Forgive me for being a sore loser, but I don't got much. I don't got much else. Like I don't got anything else, and my phone keeps doing the whole poor connection thing. So I don't know. This might be time. This might be the time. Next game is on Wednesday, back at Barclays Center, facing the Phoenix Mercury. That game is at 7 p.m. I think, or 7:30, but most likely 7 p.m. Hope to see you in the building. I'm glad that they have a few days off, because a few days off means that they get on their charters, they go back home, they get some rest, they get some practice time, and they get to focus on the stuff that they didn't do so well on. So tough two-game losing streak, but I'm pretty sure they'll bounce back. Y'all have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your Saturdays. Y'all all have a safe Memorial weekend, and I will see y'all on Wednesday. Again, like I said, the post-game report is available on YouTube now. I also will publish the podcast. I'm doing a live and a podcast at the same time. Shout out to Liberty FM Pod. I see all the episodes that you guys are putting out. Love the content. Keep on pushing. I'm so behind on episodes, but I'm trying my best, y'all. But in the meantime, please do tap into Liberty FM Pod. They have all the post game, each game, every single game, you name it, they got it. Check it out, and I appreciate all you guys for the support. This is New York Liberty Fan TV. Have a great weekend.